today. From Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. It's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New England Patriots taking on the Buffalo Bills.
It is clear, but it is cold here today as EA Sports takes us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They've been in a great groove. Winners of 7 of their last 10 on the year. Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the first Wyoming quarterback to go in the first round, standing 6'5". It's Josh Allen.
Just 3 weeks of games left in the NFL regular season. What's it going to take for him to win the MVP? What's it going to take?
Whatever it is, if he wants to strengthen that candidacy, no time like the present.
And let me tell you what I think. Not only does he have to play the clean game, no picks, things of that nature, he has to have at least one significant play that we'll talk about all next week. That'll really give him a higher profile.
On the draw, they go to Geis, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D-lineman to make the play.
Going deep for Diggs, and that is incomplete.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
The Bills send the punter out. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Patriots take over. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass. He didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 13 carries, 65 yards.
And a rushing title is definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there. But they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills, and that'll make it 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Oakley. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
They'll try and throw for it here. Got a man. It's Ross, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Hunt. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 28.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. From the gun, Oakley stepping up, and he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Pats have taken the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
7, Bills nothing.
Now a run with Geis. And he's going to have a Bills first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
First down.
Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
The tackle made.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. From midfield, here's Allen. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he is going to have a Bills first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh, so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 20-yard line.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Now they will try again on second down. Looking sideline, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Come on, guys, let's go! Next score, Patriots 7, Bills 3.
Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tackle and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Buying time to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. They tried to throw on second down. Unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he will have a Patriots first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Boy, once you get Kareem Hunt in the open field, look out. He's got speed to burn, and he showed off the wheels on that one.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
That one is caught by Hunt and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On first down, Oakland eluding the pressure right. And he completes it to Hunt. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. To throw on 2nd down, Oakland. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. He'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. John Ross, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for, they got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better.
He's got a man, complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Allen now on first down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, they'll throw with Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Allen to throw once more. Harris has it over the middle. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 14. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Operating from the red zone now. Allen looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will do it for the... Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the 3rd quarter now. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 31-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired. And
that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Operating from the gun, Oakley. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Mark Andrews, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and get it with Geis. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Taken in at the 22. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else. They'll run on first down. Hunt. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
At the 48-yard line.
Looking to throw on second down. Oakley. Open man is Ross, complete. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 28. A good pick up there at 20 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the gun, Oakland. It's caught, Stills, right side. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4.
Trying to pound it in here with Michelle. And the Patriots are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
From the gun on 3rd down, Oakland. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. That time, a 9-play drive. And it ends with a New England touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in the end zone. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. The throw taken in by Sims. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Allen again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Now Allen, got to have this one. And he's got it. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, we try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a cap on it. This one. On first down, it's Hunt. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll run again with Hunt. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. This is caught and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Brady going to throw here to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of it.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. John Ross, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Buffalo set to get the football back here. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack.
Anthony Jennings
in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Patriots winners here at home as we say so long from Foxborough.